Okay, so Lauren, great to chat with you today about your new Snapchat series, Honestly, Lauren. How does it feel officially having your own show?
It's really awesome. I was really excited for the show to come out, and it was a long time in the making. So I'm really happy that everyone gets to watch it now.
And can you tease a bit about what can expect to see on the series?
It's definitely a roller coaster. I had a lot of it was a lot of tears, which I wasn't expecting. But there's a lot of really fun moments too, and I really opened up about my life and not just what's happening now, but my past. And yeah, it was a really eye-opening experience.
And will there be any other influencers or social media stars making cameos on the series with you?
Yeah, we had Sophie Dossie, we had Alexis Wren, a couple other people. So yeah, there was some friends in there.
That's awesome. Are there any areas of your life that you'd be hesitant to share on the show, or are you more of an open book when it comes to that type of thing?
I typically keep my life pretty private, so this show was a pretty big change of pace for me. I'm used to, filtering what I put out because I record everything myself. So yeah, I was nervous about opening up about my past and different things from my sexual assault to my eating disorder and things that I never thought I would talk about on the internet, but that I feel are important for people to know. So yeah, that was really nerve wracking, and those episodes are still to come. The other one came out, but there's another one I'm a little nervous about. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to it.
I was actually going to ask you about that. You brought up some of your past traumas. I feel like it's really brave to be open and honest about these things, especially if it can help other people who are going through a similar situation. Why was it something that you felt like you could share now with the world?
Well, I think that I've had a lot of coming to terms with things that have happened, and I just remember being that 13-year-old girl who didn't have anyone that was talking about the things that I was going through, and it really made me feel alone. And I didn't know that there were so many other people that could relate to what I was going through. So I feel like if I could be that voice for anyone who's going through the same thing and struggling with what I was struggling with, I'd like to be that voice.
Well, I do applaud you for sharing that. I feel like it'll help a lot of people potentially. So I feel like that kind of outcome will be a positive experience, I feel like, for other people who are viewing this, who may have never actually heard anyone talk about these types of topics. Kind of switching gears. So you've had such a rise on social media since you joined it. For some of our viewers with Access Hollywood that might not be familiar with your story, can you talk a bit how you grew on social media and maybe how life has changed since you started out?
Yeah, so I started social media when I was 13, on Musically before it was TikTok, and I've been posting ever since. It's been 6 years. I'm 19 now. And it sort of happened by accident. I wasn't trying to, become a content creator or whatever. I didn't think that was, what my future was going to look like. I wanted to be a forensic anthropologist. I wanted to be a scientist.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it completely took me in another direction, that I'm really grateful for. But yeah, that's sort of how everything started for me. And now I make music and I have the show and I make videos for the internet. So that's where I'm at.
And what do you hope that fans take away from the new Snapchat series?
I think a big driving force for me was, I wanted to step outside of my comfort zone and let people in a way that I don't typically do. So it was definitely really difficult for me to place that control in the hands of someone else. But Snapchat and everyone was really accommodating with making the show something that was organic and felt natural for me, and as natural as it can be. And I guess I just want people to see me as a person. I feel like a lot of times I feel like this character on the internet. You see me every once in a while when you're scrolling, but there's so much more to the people that you watch, and they are real people, and we have problems and struggles. And even though it's a little bit different on a different scale, I think it's important that people see that.
you have such a large platform online. And I know that you mentioned that you're a private person, which I totally respect, but fans are always really invested, I feel like, in social media influencers' personal lives, like who they're dating, who their friends are. How do you kind of handle when you see those types of comments and like people like wanting to know more about your personal life?
Well, the good news is I don't have a lot of drama in my personal life to talk about. I've definitely had, relationships and friendships that blew up on the internet and didn't work out. And I feel like recently, I guess in the past couple of years, I've tried to take a step back and really assess situations before I put them out into the public. So,
Mhm.
all of the relationships that I have, I'm confident in, and I don't feel like there's anything to be shared. I'm really happy with my boyfriend and I'm happy with my friends. And it took a while to get there. And it took a lot of internet dramas to learn that. But yeah, I think that I share what's needed to be shared. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open on the internet as it is. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't have any problems or any dramas, which is great.
That's actually was my next question because I was going to say I feel like you always do stay out of the online drama. I feel like with other creators you always see headlines and things going on, but when I was researching you, I didn't see like anything coming up. I was like, oh, wow, this is really refreshing. How do you avoid all of that?
Well, I have a really small circle. I'm kind of a recluse. I like to stay home, and recently I've actually been trying to get out more because I started making new friends, and a lot of my friends are songwriters, and they're not like influencers. So, yeah, it's just a different group of friends than what other people have, I suppose. But I feel like that's just sort of who I am and what I gravitate towards. And I used to have a lot of influencer friends and things, but um, I don't know. I just like having people that don't need to be online all the time. I feel like it's a refreshing breath of air for me to be around people who don't really care. So yeah.
And I was actually, I know you mentioned you're friends with a lot of songwriters. That was my next question. You recently put out your single piece of work. Fans have been loving it. Are you going to be putting out more singles in the future?
Yeah, so I'm working on an album right now with my friends, and it's the first time since, leaving my label and everything. It's the first time in making music that I felt like people are hearing me. That's been a big problem is having my voice be heard when it comes to music and everything in general, just because I'm a young girl, it's hard. But yeah, I've just been having a lot of fun and making music with people that I care about and that I have a good time with, and I think that's how it should be.
And speaking of music, who would be some of your dream collaborations to work with on some songs?
Oh my gosh, my favorite artist ever is Eminem. I don't know. Maybe one day, hopefully. I just like to meet him. But yeah, that he's my fave. I also really love Taylor Swift. I was in her music video and she's incredible, and that was a really awesome experience. So yeah, those are sort of the people that I look up to.
I love that. Such a different, two different ends of the spectrum, I feel like there.
Very different, but both really, really powerful lyricists in their own right. So I feel like that's what I really look for in music.
Definitely. Let me see. So, looking forward to the future, what are some of your long-term goals with your career? Do you want to get into acting, or are there other avenues that you're wanting to explore?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like when the right things come along, then I'll do it. That's sort of where I've been at this past year, is just seeing what happens and seeing what feels right. I love acting. I've done a few things. I did some voice acting that was really fun, and just sort of exploring different avenues when it fits and seeing what happens. I'd love to tour as soon as it's safe to, and as soon as I have music out to perform. So, yeah, that's sort of what I'm working towards right now.
And on another note, I feel like you're super fashionable. What are some of your favorite trends right now, either in fashion or in beauty?
Well, I'm not super fashionable right now, but I feel like I really love jewelry trends right now. Um, the beaded things. I don't know, it's just really fun. I used to make friendship bracelets all the time, and now it's like actually fashionable to have friendship bracelets. So that's cool. Makeup, I've actually kind of retired my winged eyeliner. It was a big thing for me for years, and I've been trying to step outside of my comfort zone with that and do more eyeshadow looks and things like that. But I'm not super trendy, honestly. I try to keep up. There are definitely my best friend, Brooke. She's way trendier than me, and she knows what's going on. She loves the fashion. I try, but yeah, I struggle with it sometimes.
I feel like you're always serving looks, so I think you're good to go. I wouldn't worry about it.
I love the low rise trend. I've been waiting for that to happen for so long,
Oh
and
my gosh, girl,
like
no, I'm like, I have lived through that. I do not want to see that happening.
I haven't gotten to experience it to its fullest capacity. So I'm glad that it's kind of acceptable now to wear low rise, because that's sort of where I'm at. I really love like the guest model, all American style. And I mean, obviously I'm not really achieving that right now, but yeah, that's what I've been leaning towards.
Love it. Well, last question. Could you describe, honestly, Loren, in 3 words?
Oh my gosh. It's an emotional roller coaster. It's a lot of fun, and it's very I guess self-realizing. I ask a lot of questions about my future, and I actually went and saw a psychic for one of the episodes, which is really interesting. It's coming up. But yeah, I think there was a lot of self-reflection, a lot of really fun moments, but also a lot of emotions.